Hello, everybody. It is NCS Fan 001 here, and I promised that the title wasn't like a lie or clickbait or anything like that. I was just right in the middle of finishing a round of Voss Insanity. I was getting all the collectibles done, and I just came up a little bit short on time. So, we're just going to go ahead and finish this off real briefly. This should only take a couple of minutes. And then we're going to jump into Division 2. But yeah, I've been working on this DLC today. It's basically done now, except for the Mind Level 5. And then once I get through Mind Level 5, I just have to do the money grind. So with any luck, I will be done with the first DLC tomorrow. By the way, there's a reason for using the pistol. In the first two DLCs, it's your best option. In the Joseph Seed DLC, that's the only one where the other weapons are actually half decent. Because with this one, like, some of them are usable. Whoa, we got 6 people in here suddenly. That thing just popped up out of nowhere. Wow. Okay. Well, if anyone in here is hoping for Division 2, don't worry, you're going to get it in about 3 to 4 minutes. I'm just finishing off one quick round of this.
You are so fucking dead.
So I'll be done with this game in, like, less than 5 minutes. And then we'll jump to Division 2. Hi, Striped Devil. Yeah, I was just finishing this up, knocking out some trophies. Should have this DLC done tomorrow. And then, gotta suffer through it 2 more times, basically, but with less appealing villains. Because after this, we got Pagan Man, which is decent. And then we have Joseph Seed, who isn't as interesting. I'm honestly really surprised. Like, I am honestly really surprised that they didn't milk this concept further and do a Become the Villain for every villain in the franchise, except for Far Cry Classic, because no one even knows who the villain was in that game. Or what that game was even supposed to be about, because it was so stupid. Because they easily could have done one for the Jackal from 2. They easily could have done one for the twins from New Dawn. They easily could have done one for Castillo. So they easily could have done a second round of DLCs that were identical to this. I don't know, maybe they would have known it would have been a failure. Hey, Stardust! Working on Bug Snacks? Ooh, very nice. Very fun game. Very worth playing. Alright, where's our last enemy? Come on, we got 1 enemy left. Let's finish this. I got other stuff to go play. I think the machine guns would do a little more damage. Is that it?
Is this because of your fucking love?
Yep, that's it. I didn't actually need to waste that, but it's fine.
You need to stay.
Because all that's left now is the Mind Level 5 stuff, which is... I'm not looking forward to, because it's not fun.
Stop fighting, that's it, and walk away.
But I have plenty of lives and everything for it, so should be good to go. Pick up all that cash. And done. So now we can jump into our main feature of the night.
Fuck. I know I made it, but I feel like I could...
Yep, I platinumed it twice. And did the DLC, which was great. It was a fun game. Definitely worth playing. Alright, so that run is done. I was basically getting collectibles that time, so I have all the rewards now. Save and quit. Ooh, Clemson's in the top of the ninth in their regional. 2 outs. 2 bases with people on them. Ooh. Oh, don't let him do anything too crazy here. So yep, I'll just show you guys what progress looks like right now. So, all that's left in this DLC is fully upgrade all the weapons cases and escape Voss's mine, which is going to take a while. So, for Division 2... Hey, Psycho. You're on PC, about to look up a collectible guide video for Tron Evolution, then I started this dream. So, we'd only be playing the base game stuff tonight. I'm not starting the DLC just yet. We got some time to go until I get started on that. So, I only have a few story missions left, because all 3 of these unobtained are story missions, and I think it might be the 3 strongholds, which might be the focus of tonight. Have to do all the missions on hard, which hopefully isn't going to be too bad. The tank, I gotta find a good mission to do this on and a good strategy to do it, because I do struggle a little bit with this one. This one, I've got a group for, along with the other multiplayer trophies. Collect any suit of cards is a collectible type. Might be the last trophy I get. Rogue Agent's gonna boost that one. No way I'm doing that one legitimately. These 2 you can't do till you finish the story. And photo mode trophy requires 4 people. And I still have no idea what a specialization is or how to craft an exotic. High end is apparently gold tier. I didn't realize, but I'm almost done with it. I only need like 1 or 2 more. And this one's also going to get boosted. So yeah, there's 4 online trophies I'm going to need to boost. Let's go. Now, like I've talked about before, I really like this game, actually. I find this game to be pretty fun. I think it's a solid improvement over the original. And it also doesn't have that god-awful Spec Ops survival mode, thankfully. Knocking on wood. I don't see it ever getting added in at this point because I think they're full steam ahead on development for Heartland. Because this game's they're getting a spin-off, a 3rd entry in the franchise called Heartland. It's going to be set somewhere in the Midwest. And I think it's only PvPvE or something. Which sounds awful. Like it's primarily PvPvE or PvP. Not so much like this game. We'll see what the trophy list looks like when it comes out, to see whether or not I decide to play it. And this mission, I've cleared it like 3 times, and it won't disappear from the map for some reason. So I don't know why that is. I think that's just a glitch of some kind. So yeah, we've got a stronghold over here. That is the Hyena stronghold. Is this area fully taken? It looks like it is, yeah. There's no SHD tech or anything left. Okay, so that area is cleared. White House area is cleared, even though it's saying something about it. You pre-ordered when it came out, but only played it for 10 days. It disappointed you. It might have been kind of bad when it came out. I don't know. Because, I mean, I'm just now playing it here in 2023 as of a couple weeks ago. Then we have the stronghold for the Outcasts. And I don't think... Yeah, so there's a couple of control points up here, but I'm saving those for that other trophy. And there's one SHD tech that I cannot figure out how to get to over here. I'm going to have to look up a video for that one. It's the only one I can't figure out. So yeah, it looks like all the side missions and everything are done for now, so... Main focus at this point, only thing we got left to do is these last few story missions, and I also have no idea what this is. So yeah, I think it's time to go for a story mission.
We've got the hyenas spooked. Their entire council is gathered at the stronghold.
You sure?
So presumably this is the final one for the hyenas. Come on, ESPN, update. We gotta win this game. We gotta go to the Supers. And then to the College World Series. After how much of a disappointment football's been the last 2 seasons.
We're good.
He's good. I still don't fully understand this whole resupplying thing. Like, do they lose the settlements if you don't give them supplies or something? I've never figured that out. The game hasn't made that very clear. But I've got a high-end machine gun, a not high-end shotgun, it's a purple tier, and I've got a high-end pistol. So I think I have another high-end weapon that I can equip in the shotgun class, but I'm missing a couple other high-end pieces of gear, like gloves or knee pads or something. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I've really enjoyed this game so far. I was pleasantly surprised. And to be honest, I didn't dislike the original Division when it first came out. Like, I actually had some enjoyment out of it. I thought it was a unique, well, maybe not unique, but a good setting and all. So, I didn't really have a problem with it when it came out, but it has some of the worst DLC trophies I have ever seen. Base game was great, the DLCs were just atrocious. Because Underground's fun for about 10 runs of it. It's fun for about 10 runs, where you're learning how everything works and seeing all the different environments and objectives. After that, it becomes so damn repetitive that it's just not interesting anymore. So I'm definitely above the level of these enemies. At this point, it looks like they're about level 28, whereas I'm full level 30 at this point. So this is the easiest of the 3 strongholds, I think. First Division was one of your favorite games ever, because you made a lot of friends on the game. Oh, nice. I didn't play it much online in co-op. I would have boosted the 20 rogue agent kills, because, again, there was no way in hell I was doing that myself. Because the multiplayer for this, I think, even now is hacked from when I was playing some random people in it. Just getting the couple of actual online multiplayer trophies that require PvP. I think the game is hacked already, which I guess isn't overly surprising. At least it felt like it. Okay, that was not a good idea. That was not a very smart idea. And I don't know if I even have any attachments on this gun. Okay, you know what? Go back to the machine gun. Hey, Reese. You skipped on the DLCs, yeah. Hey, Sweet Plays. Just made a sale on Mercari, sold a Lego Star Wars minifigure for $157? What minifigure did you sell? I don't even think the Avatar Last Airbender minifigures are worth that much. And I have one of the 2 Avatar sets. I really wish I had gotten the other one back in the day. I have Zuko's ship, though. I really wish I had bought the Air Temple as well. Because those 2 sets together are worth like $700 or $800. They're worth like $300 or $400 a piece. What minifigure is worth that much that isn't like an extremely rare collector's item type of one? But yeah, with those DLCs, you had Underground, where it was fun for the first, 10 runs of it while you were seeing all the new stuff. And then it got very boring very quickly, and then you just had to keep doing it for 30-plus hours to get to level 40 and whatever the other trophy was you had to do that was really time-consuming. Then, of course, you had Survival Mode. And anyone who's been here for any amount of time knows exactly my thoughts on that DLC and why I despise it so heavily. And then there is Last Stand, which technically isn't that difficult because you can AFK a lot of it. But it was a miserable, and I mean absolutely miserable, probably 50-plus hours of AFKing and playing. It was an awful DLC. I mean, 50 wins in games that take half an hour apiece, and you're only going to win 1 out of 3 because it's so badly hacked that it's unplayable if you're not a hacker or don't have the absurdly high-level gear. Captain Rex Phase 2. Okay, I don't actually know what that one is. What set did it come with? Could have sold it for $300 if you had it in perfect condition. Yeah, I don't even know what set that would be in. Because I stopped with Legos for a long time. For probably about junior, senior year of high school up until the last couple years, I pretty much stopped with Lego. And I'm kind of sad I did. Because I still love it. Ever since I've kind of gone back to it, I still love it. I mean, me and Ghost are both Lego people. He's got a lot of the... He's more of a Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings kind of guy for Legos than I am. I sort of prefer Star Wars. mostly for having soldiers. I can make a giant city with a military and everything. I don't know, that's just kind of my thing, though. It was a Clone Wars set from 2012. Then I doubt I have that. Yeah, I highly doubt I would have that set. It's possible I could, but it's not likely. Because even, like, the minifigures from Avatar aren't worth that much. I mean, those are worth, like, probably $40 a piece, because they're so uncommon. But I don't think they're worth over $100. If they are, I need to look into that. I mean, I ain't selling that because I love Avatar, and I'm going to keep saving them until they become more valuable. Now, I was a dumbass and opened my Luke Skywalker with blue milk minifigure. It's in perfect condition, just not in box. And I probably could sell that for like $200 if it was in perfect, in container condition. And unfortunately, I opened it. I'm sad. Hey, Lan, and is Division 2 any good? I like it. I really like it. Now, I don't know how hard the DLCs are going to be, and I don't know how hard finishing each mission on hard difficulty is going to be, but the handful of multiplayer trophy types can be boosted, or done very easily. So, anything like that is easy. Multiplayer isn't a problem this time around. And at least 3 of the DLCs are really easy. Like, 3 of the DLCs are just like a couple of missions each, and are super easy. They only take like an hour a piece. It's just, you have 2 raids to do, 2 8-player raids, and the Manhunt DLC. That I don't understand either. Oh, come on, you guys gave up a 3-run homer or something. Really? How? We're supposed to be the number 4 team in the fucking country. You give that up to Tennessee. We're gonna lose to Tennessee in another sport this year? Good lord. Great Aunt gave you the set for your birthday a while back. Well, that's awesome, though, that you were able to flip it for that much. Because I had that one Avatar set that's fairly valuable. I mean, I have several sets that are pretty valuable. Because I have that Avatar set. I have several good LEGO Star Wars sets, including like the motorized walking AT-AT, and it still works. It still works just like how it was when I first got it, so that's pretty neat. I definitely have a few other unique sets. I have a lot of the LEGO Star Wars Battle Packs, and they don't make most of them anymore. But I have, like, a vast majority of the ones they ever made over the years. Because they were so small, they were easier to build and cheaper. I mean, I can build a complicated set, but they were cheaper was the main thing. They were fairly cheap. Like, they were usually, like, anywhere from $10 to $20, so I've always been buying those up. Well, I don't know if they were ever $10. I think they were always at least $15. The one thing I will say about the Division, though, is that the missions are kind of repetitive. I will say that. Because every single mission, most of the time, works exactly the same as every other mission. Oh, I might die. Yeah, I should have known he was going to come in behind me. That set is worth 740, dang. So Division game's not your thing compared to Ghost Recon. You see, I never really got into Ghost Recon. Never really did. Just trying to make all the money on the safe side. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with it. I just like saving them because I still think they're really cool and all. I should have been paying better attention, though, and should not have died there. But I did. Well, our season's basically over now for baseball because we're about to get a third out and lose. So our season's basically over. Wonderful. Tennessee's not going to lose their third game, so our season's over. Wonderful. They're being fourth in the country and winning the ACC championship. Can't even win the regionals. Unbelievable. Alright, pop the turret out. It's already out. I also have some old SpongeBob sets, like some of the ancient SpongeBob sets. Like one of the early Krusty Krabs. As well as like the SpongeBob's Street. So it's like Pineapple, Squidward's House, and Patrick's Rock. I have several SpongeBob sets, actually, from the old days, so those are pretty neat. I did get Saw 2 on PS3, which is pretty rare. I mean, a lot of the games that are rare now weren't rare back when I did them. It's like, back when I actually did them, you could still get them on, like, GameFly. Alright, use the control panel. Yeah, you could rent them on GameFly back in the day, and that's what I would always do, that's how I got Saw 1, and a lot of other games that you don't see that often anymore. Because back then, you could get it pretty easily just on GameFly. You can't anymore, though. The game's... I don't think it's on there anymore. If it is, it might still be on there. I don't think it is, though. You have the Metal Gear Solid HD collection on the Vita. Yeah, because that's... I feel like I used to see that one for sale sometimes, and now I certainly don't. That's a 2,700 steps today. Alright, I don't know if I needed to know that, but cool. Oh yeah, keep it safe. Well, I would say safe for me for Saw 2, but we'll see if I end up keeping it or selling it at any point. We will see. We will see. It's blacklisted, so like you can't get it on any of the stores, I guess, is what you mean by that. Did my drone already get no, it didn't. Drone, what are you doing? You're supposed to be shooting the enemies, not just hovering there. You're supposed to go kill stuff, not just hover there. But yeah, I will say, like I said, one thing about this game is the missions do get kind of repetitive. Because every mission is basically the same thing. Overall. Just in different settings. I love how they're all just casually sitting down like there's nothing wrong when they can very clearly hear the gunfire coming from the next room over. And should probably have been a little more alert. Oh yeah, I just watched Actman's review of Redfall. I almost want to just play that in the so bad it's good category. Because it looks like it could be fun to play if I got like really drunk or something. All the Metal Gear games are blacklisted except for 5 and Survive. Well, Survive should be blacklisted for existing, if we're being honest here. So that game, as far as I know, was a failure. Wasn't that the one that... Oh, they're not out of it yet. Yeah, wasn't that the one... Oh, we tied it. Oh, okay. It's not over yet. Yeah, wasn't that the one where you had to pay $10 for an extra save slot? You can't own it physically? Okay. You just purchased Guns of the Patriots and Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. Oh, I have Metal Gear Solid 4, actually, because it went free on PS Plus at some point, so I have it on the PS3. Obviously, I'm not going to be playing it, because I'm not good enough at the game to play it. Well, I guess I could play it on an alt account. It's what I did with Silent Hill 2. Because here's the thing for me. OG Silent Hill 2, I would have been more willing to go for if the game was made in, like, the modern day with modern technology and all, which is why I'm wondering how the remake is going to be. Because if they fix the janky-ass controls and the absurdly dark environments where you literally can't see 2 inches in front of your face, if they fixed a lot of that, I would be more willing to go for it. Because it's not a long game, is the thing. It's really not a long game. It's only like a 25-hour platinum despite being an 8 out of 10. So it's not even a long platinum. You have most of the Metal Gear Solid games now. Nice. I have most of the Far Cry games. At least I did at some point. I don't know if I still have all of them. I mean, I have 5, and I have New Dawn. Or no, I have 5 and 6. 3 Classic was only ever digital. Do I have New Dawn as a disc? I don't actually know. I could try to look down there right now, but I'm currently in the middle of a massive firefight against the boss of this mission. So, yeah, we're going to focus on that real quick. Now, we're also playing on story difficulty, so of course this looks really easy because it's story difficulty. And I will have to come back and do every mission on hard, but that's what every guide recommends, is just to do the story, or do it on story first so you can get used to the game and actually get some decent gear. So my gear is certainly not the best. Now, I do own about every Call of Duty game, and I own most of those physically. Not all of them, though. But I own at least one physical version of Ghosts and Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, World at War. Pretty much all of them except for, I don't think, maybe I have Modern Warfare 2019, I don't actually know. And speaking of that, it is Modern Warfare 2 that is currently on sale for like 45% off. So I'm probably going to pick that up and do that as like my next full trophy playthrough of a game. It's a sub 20-hour platinum. It's longer than the first one, but it's like a sub 20-hour platinum, so wouldn't be too bad to go for at all. And it looks like it's about a 4 out of 10 in difficulty, so a little harder than Modern Warfare 2019, which is fine. Let's restock again. Well, we tied the game up, so it's not over yet. Going into extra innings, so hopefully we don't fuck it up. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater on the 2DS and PS Vita. I think you mentioned that at some point. You get better gear in the Dark Zone, you could probably finish the missions quickly. Yeah, but I don't really want to go to the Dark Zone. I don't like the Dark Zone. It's effectively scarred me for life after Division 1's DLC. So, yeah, and plus I know that I would get some absurdly legendary piece of gear that's like the best gear in the game or something, and would end up getting it stolen, because that's exactly how my luck is in real life and in games. I know that's exactly what would happen. You have every Pokemon game. Oh, dang. Or at least from the Game Boy to the 3DS. Wow, okay. Yeah, those are worth something, I think. Some of those games are pretty valuable. Because I think I've tried to get some of them before, but those are pretty expensive. The only ones I have are the Switch ones. Not even all of them, actually. Only ones I have are Pikachu and Sword. I don't have Legends. I don't have Violet or Scarlet. Okay. We're apparently blowing up an armored car now. Oh, this is gonna end real bad if we're not careful. Yeah. Okay. Deploy all gear. But this makes sense. This is the final hyena mission. It's not supposed to be easy. Alright, just open fire on this thing. Okay, did some good damage. Oh, it's got a cannon on it of some kind. Okay. Either that, or it was an enemy grenade. I don't know. That was a good hit. Okay, well, apparently just shooting it worked, so that's interesting. That probably shouldn't have worked, but it did. Oh, his helmet's off. So if I can just get some headshots on him, he's done. I am possibly going to be doing the hard missions, though, in co-op with the group that I'm doing the other stuff with. And that was a tank enemy, by the way. Those are the ones that you have to shoot every single piece of armor off of them. I just don't know the best mission/strategy for it. So I'm probably going to look into that and see what the best strategy for it is, or the best mission at least. Because, I mean, this is one of the last missions of the game. I suspect it's not going to be one of our best options for it. So, basically, this mission has several bosses, which I guess makes sense. It doesn't surprise me that much. So they're growing food underground inside. And I've heard of that being a thing that should technically be possible. With the right technology, it should be. This is just about making sure that whatever lighting plants need can be generated underground. If you can do that, then yes, you can grow them the same way. They don't function any differently. You're going to get God of War, Chains of Olympus, and beat it on hard, go for it. You're only missing the Switch Pokemon games. Because you don't own a Switch. Yeah, I mean, Pikachu is fun. It's definitely fun, and it was actually a really good... Oh, that seems bad. It was actually a really good game for me to pick up, because it's effectively my first Pokemon game I'd ever owned. And it helps, because it's so easy. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee are really easy games. There's no denying that. Those games are stupidly easy. You can just tank through the entire thing pretty much with Pikachu. If you have the Pikachu edition. I don't know about the Eevee edition, because I'm not going to go buy the other version of the game. That would be silly. It doesn't change that much. But yeah, Pikachu is super, super easy. Even for someone who has no real Pokemon knowledge, the game was a joke. It's going to get all the collectibles of the guide you were following, made you miss one. Ooh, that's no fun. You have to do a whole other playthrough. Oh, that's even worse. Hate when games do that. Okay, so it's now the top of the 10th inning. Let's see if you guys can actually do something here. Oh, eliminate the council? So is that... Are we on the final objective now? Or is it going to be like three elite tier enemies at once, probably? I could see that being a thing that happens. Yeah, Pikachu was a super easy game. Sword was better in that sense, and then it wasn't as easy. It was a little bit harder to explore the world. Some of the combat was definitely harder. I don't know anything about Arceus. And I know, of course, that Violet and Scarlet were hilariously broken. I don't know if they're still broken today. I like to think that they fixed all the problems. Alright, this looks like a boss. Is he the final boss, or are there multiple? I wouldn't be surprised if there are multiple. So basically, this whole game has been about restoring order in DC for anyone who cares. And up to this point, we've sort of just been fighting the enemies as almost a lone wolf, but recently we got the whole network back online that allows us to connect with Division agents all over the country. So because of that, we're now going on the offensive against these enemies. Because you have several groups. You have the hyenas that are basically just like a raider group, a Fallout-style raider group. The outcasts are rightfully very pissed off because they were left to die in like quarantine camps. And the outcasts are the ones that survived the severe quarantine with whatever the virus is, the smallpox virus. Or the weaponized smallpox, whatever it ended up being. I think it was weaponized. I think that's confirmed in Division 1. That's a weaponized strain of smallpox. Okay. Oh. Wait, what? Oh. Okay. It showed collectible subset, so I thought I somehow got the key one. I already have designated hitter. I already have that exact weapon. I don't want that again, unless it's, like, absurdly high leveled. Also, the game looks like it's lagging a bit, which is not good. Do I struggle with drifting on my controllers? Thankfully, no. The good thing is the game's really short, can beat it on easy. Okay, yeah, that's true, but it's annoying when you have to play through the game again for, like, one thing that you miss. You never had a broken Pokemon game before. Surprised if Chains of Olympus is easier. AJ, go up the rope. Thank you. But yeah, I think the next game I do a trophy playthrough for will probably be Modern Warfare 2. I don't think... Wow, this is lagging. Wow, this is really lagging. That's not good. We don't want that. Lag is bad. Okay, so that stronghold is cleared. Alright, awesome. Stronghold cleared. This is a settlement? I thought this settlement got destroyed. I thought it got, like, nuked by a chemical weapon. Oh, they need water. Well, let's give them water, because why not? Okay, good. We stopped them, so if we get one more run, we win. Alright, guys. One more run, you win it, and you go to the supers.
We're running out of supplies. Don't know how much longer we can...
It's not my fault that you're running out of supplies. Why do I have to go babysit you? In all seriousness, why do I have to go babysit you? I don't want to do that. That's annoying. It's a waste of my time, in all honesty. Most of them seem to be fulfilled at this point, though, which is good. Again, I don't actually know what happens if you don't give these settlements supplies. I don't know if you lose the settlements or something. That wouldn't surprise me if you lose the settlements. But the game never makes it clear exactly what happens if you don't protect them. Or do this aspect of them. You only have to protect them. They're just too lazy to go out and scavenge for their own supplies. Or when they do, they all get killed, I guess. That's my best guess, is they all just get killed whenever they go out for supplies. Okay, yeah, all I needed was a little bit of water. Okay, there's a water thing right here that I'm going to go get. Just because I'm low on it. Let me go get some water. Because water is good. Water, I love water. I don't care what anyone says. I love water. I don't need no smart water or whatever that new-fangled flavored water stuff is that they sell to get people to drink more water because most people don't drink enough water. But I do, so I don't need that shit. I mean, I prefer sparkling water, but I can easily live with real water. But different waters do taste differently from one another. That is a true thing. Certain waters taste worse than others, and good lord, this game is lagging. God of War 2 was so difficult. Yeah, I think you mentioned that. Vietnam War flashbacks. Don't think anyone on this planet, including animals and insects, will disagree on that. But a lot of people don't like water is the thing. Like, a lot of people just really don't like water. They don't like the taste of it. I know for a fact it's a thing because I know people that are in that boat of not liking water. And they pretty much drink it because they have to survive. I legitimately know people that don't like it, so... I don't know. Like, they'll all agree it's necessary for life, but I legitimately know people that just don't think water tastes good enough to drink. Which is a really bad thing, because if you don't drink it, you die in 3 to 4 days. So unless you want to die, you gotta drink water. And again, certain waters taste better than others. Go, drone. Just kill them for me. Was there seriously only one thing of water here? Was there seriously only one container of it here? I need more than that. Come on, game, I need more than that. Okay, I thought for a second that was a human stuck inside of a bench. Thankfully, the game didn't do that. Well, there was literally one container of water in this entire area. Well, that was a waste of time. Okay, where are we going next? I don't have any projects going, do I? Know. I've got all the bounties done. So, of course, there's still this area that I didn't finish off yet. But like I've mentioned before, I'm not going to do these 2 control points yet. I'm going to do those later when I have a group. And this SHD tech, I can't figure out how to get. I'm going to have to look that one up because it's in like a really weird spot that I couldn't figure out how to do. Alright, well, let's take out the Outcast next. Another big story mission. You want to find that person maybe got Award 2 trophy guy that called it a 3 out of 10? Let's find out who it is. Let me see if I recognize the name. I want to see if I recognize the name of the guide writer, because I know who a lot of them are at this point. I mean, I write most of my guides solo, as you guys know. Most of the stuff I do is done as a solo writer. For various reasons. Okay, God of War 2 for the PS3. Yeah, I don't recognize that guide writer at all. It's not Argandolf, it's not AC, it's not anyone from the guide team, it's not Mohand or any of the guys that I know. Yeah, I have no idea who that is. His name is like Saucy Spinach. I have no idea who that is. I have absolutely no idea who that one is. Because I know a lot of the other ones, but I have no idea who that is. Food. What? What? This is a soda machine. This is a soda machine. Soda machines carry soda. Drinks. Liquid drinks. How did it have food inside? How does a soda machine have food inside? That's not a full-blown vending machine, that's a soda machine. How does a soda machine have food inside? Someone explain that one to me, because it makes no sense. Yeah, that's... Well, I guess it's not surprising when you see what things you find Fallout items in, but still. That's just silly. Ooh. I mean, it's a way more... You know what? Let's go with the AA-12. AA-12 is more fun. An assault rifle, SMG, marksman rifle, standard rifle, and another designated hitter. I think I have a better designated hitter in my stockpile, but I'll hold on to it for now just in case I don't. Yeah, I have no idea who that guide writer is. Makes so much sense. It was called Bleeding Thumbs. So your thumbs will actually bleed when playing it. Isn't that just a wonderful thing to know? This thing can hold 101? No, it can't. He just he reloaded it, and it still had 100 in it. Make things make sense, developers. That's all I ask for, is just make things actually make sense. I don't want stuff just sugar-coated handed to me, but I want it to at least make sense. Like, not having food in a soda machine, because that absolutely makes no sense. It's hilarious, but it makes no sense. And I'm going to stress about that for the rest of my life at this point. Because that's the kind of person I am. Alright, Outcast Stronghold, our second of 3. I'm expecting the True Sons one is going to be a pain in the ass, though. I'm going to expect the True Sons outpost is going to be very difficult. Because they're the actual military. They're the military remnants that are unhappy with the way the country's going after the pandemic. So they're the actually well-trained, well-armed people. Hey, Cassie. And I've been fun with Dying Light 2. Travel 960,000 miles? 960,000 miles? Sure, that's right. That seems like many times the Earth over. It's like cosmic levels of distance. Ooh, exotic gear. It's a metaphor, but it made so much sense. And by the way, wiping on story mode really means nothing because it just refills all your gear. Or all of your armor. So it's not even that big a deal when it happens. Okay, so that wasn't actually the fortress or the stronghold. Never mind. We gotta go further for that. Prepare your papers. Papers, please. Excellent game. Kind of wish it had gotten another version outside of the Vita, so I could have actually, like, live streamed it, because I freaking love that game on PC. Alright, come on. One more enemy here. Just pop your head up. And dead. Well, I know one different game I'm going to be streaming soon. In July. July is effectively Pikmin month for me. Or the second half of the month is Pikmin month. Because Pikmin 4 comes out after waiting for literally 10 years for the game to come out. You better believe, when Pikmin 4 comes out, I'm playing that day one, and I am streaming that probably on day one. Because it should be entertaining. And I'm not a bad Pikmin player at this point. I consider myself to be a pretty solid Pikmin player, at least with Pikmin 3. Then again, Pikmin 3 is also the easiest one. Pikmin 3 is honestly kind of easy, for being honest here. 960,000? I don't know. That seems weird. Again, are you sure it's not like meters or something? That seems absurd. Warfare 2 campaign remastered in one playthrough with the veteran glitch? No. I mean, theoretically, yes, it should be doable with that glitch. In theory, it should be possible. But I don't think anyone in their right mind is going to do that. I can't imagine trying to do that. I just don't see it being something most people would be able to do. So that's actually what the trophy is. Okay, then. Hell, that seems very extensive. I am sorry for anyone that's trying to go for that, because that sounds terrible. Alright. Roosevelt Island, our second stronghold. There's only one leader, but I'm sure there'll be multiple elite enemies, so that's fine.
That's horseshit. Just thought you should know, sir. Yeah, thank you, Wilson. Dismiss.
Okay, is that everyone here? Yeah. Okay, put our gear away. Just do it with a rubber band. Okay, yeah. At least you can do it that way. At least there's a way to speed it up. Because that sounds horrible. Oh, that's way worse. Why would I ever equip that instead? That's way worse. Yeah, at this point, at least I'm getting some decent gear out of this. I mean, yeah, you can play and recruit the whole time, but a lot of the last checkpoints in that game, from what I remember, can be tough. Like,
more bad guys just past the fuselage of a cargo.
oh, I guess it depends on where you get your checkpoints. Actually, now that I think about it, it does kind of depend on where you get your checkpoints.
Why are we patrolling this far out? Because Emily told us to. Take it up with her if you gotta complain.
Because if you get checkpoints in like bad areas, you might have to do some full areas. Like the cabin mission, that one has a pretty brutal final area because you have to get down that hill. And if you don't get a checkpoint after getting down the hill, then you have to do the hill section on Veteran. I don't see that being something you're going to do on Veteran without dying. Because getting down that stupid hill is a pain in the ass. It's not like Mile High Club where you pretty much always get a checkpoint after finishing, or after saving the hostage. To where you could use the glitch there more easily. Favela, let's not forget Favela. Favela is...
Keep your eyes open.
It is what it is. It's not a fun time to do on Veteran. That mission's hard. There's a few other missions that are pretty tough. Now, I mean, I beat a majority of the game using only a pistol, which I'm still proud of. That was one of my more successful Call of Duty challenge runs back when I used to do challenge runs as a big part of the channel. Back when they were actually, like, a popular thing. Nowadays, they really aren't. I mean, you still get them sometimes from some of the major channels that did them, but not to the degree we used to see. Though someone I was watching, he's now done challenges for the first 4 Five Nights at Freddy's games, and they're pretty impressive. Like Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2 without lights, and then 3 without using the maintenance console, and 4 without something. Maybe, no, 4 without sound, which I just don't understand how that's possible, because 4 is a sound-based game. See the last one? No, there's 2 more. Alright.
Those outside have sacrificed themselves for you. Prove that their sacrifice was not in vain.
Yeah, you're not going to prove anything because you're all about to die down here. I mean, go for it if you want. Good luck with it. And then the game is 130 hours on the guide. Okay. 1 shot, 1 kill in the OG Modern Warfare. Oh, yep. Yep, that was one of the hardest ones. I know exactly which mission you were talking about. And that is absolutely one of the hardest ones. Because of that final defensive portion. The rest of it's not all that bad. But yeah, that final defensive portion, that is brutal. 5 to 10 minutes of just holding out against unlimited enemies is not easy. It's one of the hardest missions. And then the mission right after it, Heat, where you have to get down the hill to the helicopter in 4 minutes. That's not easy either. Like, that one's pretty brutal. Is there a guy hiding up here? Or is he glitched into the ground? Or, like, glitched into the fuselage? No? Okay, well, I don't know what he was doing up there. Or why he didn't shoot at me earlier. Because it seems like it would have been more efficient for him to shoot at me earlier, but he didn't. Probably more junk. I think I've got some of the better gear that I can have at this point that isn't Dark Zone related necessarily. Yeah, one shot, one kill. That was a brutal mission. Okay, we did nothing in the 10th inning. Wonderful. That game's going to go on to like the 14th inning probably. It still has bugs and crashes and freezes. Oof. Think they would have fixed it by now, but then again, wasn't it made by the same people that made the Dead Island franchise, which we all know how I feel about that. Even though apparently Dead Island 2's fine. Yeah, apparently Dead Island 2's like fine at this point. It works pretty well apparently. Because several people I know have finished it. That is my dryer. I will always say that because people may not know it. But that is my dryer being my dryer. It's very loud. It's not as obnoxious as my dishwasher. My dishwasher is more annoying because it sings an entire, like, 30-second long song when it's done. That's not even a joke, it actually does. I don't know who would design a dishwasher to make that much noise. Or if I can disconnect it at all, or stop it from doing that. Because it's so weird. Yeah, it does like a whole 30-second long song when it's done. You guys been doing anything aside from gaming out there? Because that's been my main life, but I'm still watching through the seasons of Amazing Race and Survivor that are on Netflix. Because they do a good job of putting some of the better seasons on. Like, one of the seasons of Survivor I watched, actually was back in 2022, was easily one of the best seasons of the show ever. It had an insane amount of immunity idols, an insane amount of just good tribal councils, some really likable characters. And currently with Amazing Race, I just finished Season 5, which is definitely one of the best seasons I've ever watched. And I'm on to Season 7, which I have seen before, so I know what happens in Season 7. But I love it because it's a great season. It's kind of fun to rewatch that because I kind of miss that show compared to Survivor. I wasn't a huge Survivor fan in the modern day compared to Amazing Race or in the later days because Survivor's more like messing with people's brains and like trying to manipulate them, whereas Amazing Race is more challenge-based. Hey, Invisible. Good to see ya. You got your yearbook yesterday? Nice. You're returning weekly backup from HDD storage. Oh, okay. Like storage on your computer? A few girls you like to sign it. Oh, very nice. Always a good day. I still remember my senior year was the year I got my yearbook signed the least because I had like 4 people say anything to it. But I fucking hated my school, so I don't really care. They were wrong target. Girls I went to school with were all mega bitches or hyper bitches, or most of them were. Few of them weren't, but the vast majority were. They were hot, but bitches, so yeah. Anyway, am I gonna play Rainbow Six Siege, Captain Wafer? No. That's not gonna happen. I ain't got that kind of time, patience, or whatever it takes. I don't even know if you can boost that one. I'd be surprised if you can boost that one. I feel like... Didn't they... Isn't that the game where they changed all the trophies, like, after 3 years of the game being out? They legit just changed all the trophies on everyone? Completely? Ironically, though, that's my most viewed trophy list analysis by far. Even the Five Nights at Freddy's, not Help Wanted, whatever the newest one is. Even that one didn't get that number of views. And a lot of the Five Nights at Freddy's videos have done super well. Which surprises me. Thought the series was kind of slowing down. Then again, the movie's confirmed to come out this year, and we're getting a Help Wanted 2, but that's a VR. That's presumably going to be a VR title again.
Those outside have sacrificed themselves for you.
Great, you're repeating dialogue again. May have to change it. It's been with you for some time, but you may need to change it. So, is it for the computer, I guess? You only bought a yearbook for your freshman year and senior year. I think we got ours for free, but that's because I went to a private school. So they better give it to us for free, given how much money was paid for that school. Where your science teachers didn't think depression was a thing and criticized you for being depressed. Fuck you, Mr. Bowman! I've said that enough times on streams, though. Mr. Bowman, you can go burn in hell for all I care. You're one of several that can go burn in hell. It's a silly trend by now that hot girls are bad, shy girls are secretly naughty, nerd girls are based on your luck. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of silly, but definitely the nerdy girls and the non-popular girls are usually the much nicer, better people. That's for sure. Hey, Secret Underdog. I'm doing good. What the? You got an ad midstream? Yeah. I have ads running every 30 minutes on my streams now. They don't appear for everyone, but I have ads for every 30 minutes. So, like, probably 5 or 6 times a stream. But not everyone gets them. I'm just experimenting with it. Because if I could ever make YouTube a full-time thing, that would be amazing. Be so much better than real life. I'm allowed to vent, yeah. And I've vented about that before, though, so that's why I don't really want to beat a dead horse and whatnot, because I've already literally vented about that like 5 other times. So your laptops, okay. So it's working fine, but it might need maintenance. Yeah, I definitely need... I need to get a new computer set up. Mine is like almost 6 years old. It still works. It still works relatively well, but I don't feel like it's going to last forever, and it's just definitely going to limit me a little bit on what I can do. Alright, see you later, Stardust. Thanks for stopping by. Will I play Super Meat Boy? Yeah, probably not. I don't feel like crying while playing video games. Mostly because, like, if I was back in my college days, I would consider more games like that or Wolfenstein 2. I would consider them. Not saying I would do them, but I would at least consider them. But the amount of time, the amount of hours and patience a lot of those games take, they're just not for me. I get frustrated way too easily these days to do them. It's just not worth it to me. So you never seen that before? Yeah, like, it's something that YouTube's had for at least like 6 months now. I only started doing it a couple weeks ago, I think. I'm just trying it out, seeing if it does anything for me. If it doesn't really result in anything major, or if it even resulted in like a loss of views or subscribers, I would definitely stop doing it.
It looks like they've sealed the gate.
Then you're gonna have to find a way to unseal it.
This month you'll be 31. Oh, wow. So, yeah, you're 4 years older than me. Because I'll be 28 in October.
Have you forgiven them?
As do you, Cassie, so you'll also be 31?
How could you? How could anyone forgive what they did to us? But there's a difference between hating someone and...
Normally one should charge a PC once every 10 years, or change. I read charge. You can't get by charging your computer every 10 years. No, you should change every 10 years because of how much technology changes. You've had for 3 years, but usage is... for the HDD is cruel. Yeah, I mean, I probably need to change out just because this is a laptop. I don't even record on a PC. I haven't owned a PC ever. My parents had one that I played games on when I was a young child, But I've never owned my own PC. I've only ever owned laptops because I need them for school. What's the hardest game I've platinumed? And Microsoft stopped supporting for Windows 10 this year. Oof. Millennials. I'm like on the middle of the two generations, actually. Oh, me talking about not having the patience for games like that? Yeah, I don't. I just don't. Maybe back when I was in college and had a lot more free time. Maybe. Especially like senior year of college when I only had a few classes. And nearly graduated early. Maybe back then. But definitely not nowadays. It's just not going to happen. I don't have the time, the patience, or really the willingness to do those kind of games. And hardest game I platinumed, probably Killzone 2 in terms of just raw difficulty. Because I don't think Far Cry 2 is that difficult, despite how high of a difficulty rating it has. Far Cry 2 is really not that hard. It's not easy. It's very time-consuming, but it's not really that hard of a game. Request for backup. You turned 26 in May, so you're not 30 yet? Okay. I'm right on the cusp, though. Oh, bad time. Oh, God! Suicide bombers. I forgot those existed. Oh, the AA-12 is a wonderful masterpiece of stupid engineering that shouldn't exist because it's so stupid. It's a full auto shotgun. I can't imagine it actually works very well in the real world. I don't think the military ever adopted it because it doesn't work that well. It's so stupid, but it seems like it'd be so much fun to shoot. But yeah, I was born in 95, so I'm literally in that, right on that cusp between the two. As a streamer, you keep downloading and deleting games and chain effort, so not shocked that you're overusing. Yeah, that makes sense, because that's how my consoles tend to be, is I tend to overuse them sometimes. You don't watch hard trash streams, content creators with challenges, just support casual gaming. Killzone 2 have a leaderboard trophy? It did. Sure did. You had to be in the top 1% of a weekly leaderboard. Needed water. Yep, you had to be in the top 1% on a leaderboard for a week. Or at the end of a week. Now, when the game came out, it was brutal. For a couple of years, from like 2014, 2015, 2016-ish, it was actually fairly easy. Because you could boost the whole thing. There were so few people playing it that you could honestly boost it pretty easily. Like, put in 20 hours in a week to boost every single multiplayer trophy, and you would get that one along the way for your effort. Then, they announced the servers were going to shut down. And everyone did a mad bum rush to try to finish it in time. And it was a mess. It was an absolute mess, and I am very glad I wasn't involved in that mess. And they were begging people to go out and create hundreds, and I mean literally begging people to create dozens or hundreds of alternate accounts so that it could still be doable, because if you put in enough alternate accounts over time, if you put in enough alternate accounts, it would increase your chances of making the top 1%. Because, you only had several thousand people playing the game on any weekly basis, so it wasn't a whole lot of people. So you had to be pretty highly ranked then. You might have had to be in the top 10 in some weeks. But back when you could boost it, it was fairly easy. And then, I mean, you could still boost it then, but it was a lot more brutal. Oh, I don't know what that is. Is that something I needed? Possibly. I'll check it out here in a second. I'll check comments here in a second as well. Let me just clear out this area. Kill everything off. You've done MK10, Injustice 2, and Overwatch. Those are all definitely solid ones. I thought Overwatch didn't have a platinum. I thought it was 100%. Everyone that goes against AI should sleep in a grave. ChatGPT is helping everyone Even had to be Rancid talking about it. Yeah, but didn't, like, a military AI... Oh, God! Yeah, didn't the military AI just come out and kill in a simulation? It was all in a simulation. It killed its operator because the operator wasn't allowing it to kill enough opponents. So it killed its operator in the simulation. Apparently our leadership hasn't seen enough Terminator movies at this point. Then again, Terminator also has lots of time travel and stuff, and I don't fully understand it anyway. Really wish you had started trivia hunting earlier because you missed out on a lot of platinums. Yeah, I missed out on several platinums by not starting earlier. I had Homefront come out about 3 years later. There's a very real chance I would have gone for it.
I need to know that it means something. Of course it means something.
Because that is an absurdly rare platinum. That is like a 0.3% or something. And, like, the campaign stuff isn't that hard. It's mostly the multiplayer. And the multiplayer isn't the most brutal out there. Ooh, okay. Secret entrance. The multiplayer isn't the most brutal thing out there. It's just, it takes so long, and I'm not sure if it was even boostable. I would think it was boostable, but I don't know. And then they shut the servers down with no notice, which is another thing. Or they gave, like, 1 day notice, which is really unfortunate. Usually developers are nicer than that. Just remember a time when you thought sequel games were always easier than the core game? Definitely not. Overwatch did have a platinum? Really? Okay. For some reason, I thought that game never had a platinum. Maybe I'm thinking of another Battle Royale. It's obviously Fortnite has a platinum. It's one of the most time-consuming platinums. It's actually not that hard of a platinum. It's just insanely time-consuming. Like 1,000 hours of grinding. Not necessarily difficult, but just grindy. I know that's one of Nick AR's games that he wants to do. Or as far as I'm aware it is. Because he's shown listing of games that he wants to do. Like for every 100,000 subscriber milestone he hits, he's going to do certain tougher games. So I think the next one is Wolfenstein. So I think when he hits 300,000, it's Wolfenstein 2. Which is one of the more doable, absurdly hard games because it's only got 1 hard trophy. But that 1 hard trophy is just brutally hard.
Hasn't launched yet. Looks like they're in the process of fueling it. There are big tanks on either side of the boat.
Fueling? Did they get a missile? Is that what we're going for here? That they got a missile? Okay, let's restock here for a second. Let's let my stuff refill here. While it's refilling, I can check my gear, see if there's anything new I can use. Just deconstruct that. Come on. Yes! We got some gold gear here. Okay, so we got gloves. So oh, wait, knock out the trophy now. Yes! Dress to impress done. What's my best gear here, though? That's my best gear. Got Dress to Impress done. Awesome. Great. Got that trophy done. I keep deconstructing because it's just taking up inventory space that I don't really have. Weapons I'll constantly change out, though. Ooh, is that a light machine gun? It's a really shitty light machine gun, in all honesty. That's like half the damage of my current one. Why would I want that? Get rid of that shit. Get it out of here. I don't want that. Didn't he platinum every GTA game? No, not every GTA game. He did a lot of them, but he hasn't done all of them. From what I've noticed. I don't think he's done all of them. He did GTA 4, which is pretty damn impressive, and he did the GTA Definitive Collection. He hasn't done all of them, though. I don't even know if he's done GTA 5, actually. He might have. I don't know if he did or not, though. And besides, it means nothing unless you actually do the DLC for that game, which that's including me on this commentary. because I still haven't done the DLC. One specific DLC trophy that I don't know if I'm ever going to do because of the time, patience, and effort required, and the game not screwing you over like out of nowhere for no good reason. You wanted to do Mercenaries 2 before the server shut down, but you forgot all about it and missed it. Dang, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, Mercenaries 2 isn't really that hard of a platinum. The problem is the game is so broken and so buggy that it becomes more difficult than it should have been. And that was the main problem with it. It was just way too buggy. Okay, so they're launching a boat. I don't know why they're launching a boat. I don't know what the purpose of said boat actually is. Or if the game... I'm sure the game described it at some point, but I didn't pay attention. Man, how much damage can this thing take? Am I ever going to do a Souls game? I want to do Bloodborne, as a lot of people definitely like it, and I know it's one of the easier ones. Elden Ring, maybe, because I know it's also one of the easier ones. Judge, all AI, all of it's based on human-made film about humans versus machine, so ideology is flawed. He did GTI for the PS5. If he did, I don't remember seeing it. Be surprised if we platinum every Metal Gear game. He ain't doing every Metal Gear game. It's not going to happen. I don't think he's ever showed any intention of doing that. If he has, I didn't see it happen. I never saw him list anything for that, though. I mean, Metal Gear 2 and 4... Maybe he did 5? But like 2 and 4 are... Yeah, I think he did 5. But Metal Gear 2 and 4 are a whole nother line. Because anyone could do 5 if it was still obtainable, like at least on the PS3 version. I think it might still be obtainable on PS4. Anyone could do that one. 3 is easy. Technically speaking, it's easy. And then just, 2 is brutal and 4 is brutal. Hey, Nicholas. Really wanted to do that one. And then because Metal Gear Solid 5 is way too long. Yeah, 5 is really long. Alright, let's use our infinite ammo pistol here. I think this thing should have blown up already. Peace Walker isn't too bad. Okay. Yeah, I know that 2 and 4 are so brutal that most people out there will never finish the Metal Gear franchise for Platinum-wise. Because, like, 3, 5, and Ground Zeroes, and according to you, Peace Walker, shouldn't be too bad. But, like, 2 and 4, especially, are just another thing entirely. Oh, and Survive. Let's not forget Survive. The game that shouldn't exist, if we're being honest. With its whole paying for extra save slots bullshit. That's tank. Let's see if I can actually... You know what? Oh, well. Never mind. I was gonna try to... Oh, he missed. I love how this game has a straight-up dodge mechanic. It's kind of hilarious, in all honesty. If I can't knock his armor off, it's fine. I bet you have to use a marksman rifle to do it, if I had to take a guess. I bet you have to use, like, a good marksman rifle to be able to do it. I could see that being how you do it, with just a good marksman rifle or something. Okay, he caught himself on fire. That's not very smart of him. Yeah, I bet you have to do it with a marksman rifle or something. Where you can just individually pick off pieces of the body armor. Destroy the engine hatch. I feel like I gotta kill all the enemies first. I will check comments here in a second. That's not where I wanted you to go. My battery's low? Well, that's not something I'm used to seeing. Okay. The battery distracted me. You managed to hack your Vita? Oh, nice. The Vita version of Metal Gear Solid 2 is easier than on PS3. I don't know if it would be or not. Prequel game is even harder. Metal Gear Rising, oof. Yeah, 9 out of 10. No, thank you. This plays like Outriders. Never played it. That is nice, though, if you can play everything on that old console. Alright, we're now on the bottom of the 11th, and nothing's changed in baseball, so... Oh boy, I shouldn't have let myself get distracted. There must be something else I have to hit here that I missed, though. I thought I was doing well, but I guess there's something I missed. So yeah, destroy the fuel tanks. I understand that objective. Alright, so hit the fuel tank here. So just see if we can blow it up, in all honesty. I don't really... It'll take a while to blow it up. Why do these things take so much damage? Enough bullets going in should take it out, you would think. Come on, just keep firing at the fuel tank. Man, that's taking damage. Good God. So yeah, you can play Vita, PSP, and PS1 games. Oh, okay. SpongeBob Hero Pants. I remember that game. Not a very good game. But, I mean, if you want to do every SpongeBob Platinum, it's something you gotta do. Oh, is that a turret? I think I see a turret up there. Yeah, if you want to do every SpongeBob game, then you gotta do that one. Hey, it's not a hard platinum at all, it's just not a good game. Not even a time-consuming one, it's just a bad game. Okay, use the armor. Can I even hit the other one from here? I can't. Alright, so let's go blow up the other fuel tank. Is there another turret somewhere I can use? That'd be nice. I don't see one though, so I guess we're just using the machine gun. Oh, now they're pouring over. Wonderful. Put the turret up. Just use it. Only reason you bought Metal Gear Solid 4 was for the story. Okay, fair enough, because people seem to like the game for the story and all. I mean, I still don't fully understand Metal Gear's story. It's kind of one of those series that's pretty convoluted with its lore and everything. It's an Amazing Spider-Man on the Vita, and it's ugly. Oof, that's no fun. Ugly games are not fun unless they're a meme type of game, of which I have a few that I want to do at some point. One of them is, of all things, Life of Black Tiger. I'm waiting to see if it ever goes on sale. I don't know if it will. But if it does, that's a game I would love to play. Because I know it's horrible. I know it's like one of the worst pre-shovelware era Platinums. Come on! It's a freaking tank. What am I supposed to do? Do I have to restart this area again? Okay, this is really, really stupid. Why do I have to restart it? Why is there no checkpoint? 3 is the origin story. Yeah, 3 is like the earliest in the timeline, from what I'm aware of. Okay, that's just fucking bullshit. You should not have to restart this because the game is stupid. That's not my fault. How was I supposed to know it was going to spawn a tank and like 3 purple guys at once? Terrible game design right there. And why does it take 500 bullets to destroy a fuel tank? These things are going to blow up in less shots than that in real life, by the way. I don't know if you've ever been around gasoline, but it'll explode with one incendiary round. One incendiary round will set it off as long as it's still got fumes going. As long as it's not like old gasoline or something, it'll go off just from hitting the fumes if it's an incendiary round. And shooting that much into a fuel tank should be setting it off. Something would catch it. Yeah, it's set back during the Cold War, like the 60s or something. So yeah, it's sort of the origin story, or the earliest in the timeline at least. But it's the whole storyline is super janky, and I'm not knowledgeable on it at all. Okay, let's get back up to the turret up here, the minigun. This objective is going to be a pain in the ass, very clearly, because the game is just going to be a pain in the ass to me. Apparently everything needs to be a high-level enemy. It's not going to take that many minigun bullets to destroy one of these things in real life, I don't think. Okay, they're pouring over the thing right now, so anyone I can kill from here is going to be a benefit to me. And we're overheated. Well, lucky then. A few of them survive a few extra minutes. Okay, that's cleared. That wasn't too bad. I mean, I know it's an incredible game. It's just not one that I know if I'm ever going to get the chance to play or want to play. Okay, so the enemies here are just infinite. That's what it looks like. It looks like they're infinite. Which is different, because that's not something we ever really experienced with this game. Because usually enemies are not infinite. Alright, send out the turret. Because we just gotta burn hundreds of bullets on one target. For some reason. Okay, we're back up in the 12th, so into the 12th inning of this baseball game. I'm sorry, guys. I'm checking our baseball game score for Clemson here versus Tennessee in the regionals. If they win it, I think they're basically guaranteed to go to the Super Regionals, which is the next, like, the Sweet 16, effectively a baseball, I believe. Oh, crap. Well, this time I know not to rush head first onto the boat, because I'm going to die if I do. Alright, poke your heads out, and I'm going to blast you with the AA-12. And I went into Gunter's guns, and then I started blasting. I don't think that's exactly how that dialogue line works, but people get what I mean, I'm sure. Okay, this time, drop the gun there, and then hide and cover here. I blew him up, it was just a little too late. How is he not... How is he still alive from that? Game. Just let me hide. Let me heal. Oh, this is annoying. Yeah, the remaster looks amazing. I mean, I don't know how much I'm going to like it, because, again, it's not a franchise I'm that familiar with, but we'll have to see. Oh, yeah, Spider-Man 2 is going to be incredible, though. Apparently, it's adding, like, 2 whole boroughs of New York. So, it's going to be a big game, or a bigger game by a big margin. Probably not the biggest game out there, but it's going to be pretty big. It's going to be fun. I'm not usually a superhero game person, but Spider-Man was a fantastic game. And I'm excited to see what we get next. Game? Do I just have to shoot this? Oh. Okay. I guess I'm shooting it instead of, like, actually doing something to it. No smoking. Now I can access the engine. Okay. So I actually had to do that. Okay. We'll set C4 charges here once the area looks clear enough to go for. Get my turret back. Why would you even have it be that easily accessible, is my question. Run! My drone can die all day long. No one cares about the life of AI because AI does not actually live. There we go! Mission complete!
Let's do this. Without their leader and their stronghold, the outcasts are going to be much less of a problem than before. You know, what happened to them was horrific. But what they did was even worse.
No, I think what happened to them was probably worse. They became radicalized because you fucking locked them away in quarantine camps and left them to die. I seem to remember a lot of people on both sides of the political argument telling people like myself that we should be locked away in special camps for refusing the COVID vaccine. So you know what? I sympathize with their cause. That's me being angry, but I sympathize with that cause. Because people wanted us locked away for refusing an experimental treatment for a virus that was 1% deadly. Actually, less than that if you were healthy. So you know what? The outcasts, I understand their struggle. Because the idea of being locked away in a death camp doesn't sound very appealing to me. Now, I get that this is a smallpox variant, and it's probably 50% deadly. But still, you made this to be your enemy, so you get what you fucking deserve. I'm sorry, but you get what you deserve in this case. Alright. Sure, let's just go back here. Let's get the hell out of here. Hope I play all 5 boroughs in New York. I don't know if it's all 5 boroughs, but it's at least like 3 of them, as far as I'm aware. Ubisoft already leaked Assassin's Creed Mirage, but couldn't release the Prince of Persia remake that we've been waiting for years. Bought the DLC for Saints Row Reboot. It was a waste of $10. Isn't it getting 3 different packs, though? I think it's getting, like, 3 different DLCs, so hopefully it won't be as much of a waste at that point. I think it's supposed to get, like, 3 different DLCs. Ooh, 3,000 damage SMG. Wow, that's terrible. And that's a much more powerful shotgun, but I really like what I have. That's a 9300 marksman rifle. That's pathetic compared to what I have. So I have a 37,000 marksman rifle. I need to check in here and see about something. Okay, well, I don't even need this anymore. Yeah, I can just take this back. I can get rid of this. I don't need this anymore. So I thought I had that unique rifle already, but apparently I don't. Okay, so we have a hunting M44 is my 37,000 marksman rifle. Get rid of our 21,000 because that's just not useful. Not compared to what I got.
Good to see you, Agent.
I don't think there's any more projects to do, so I think I can just go ahead and get rid of everything.
Welcome, Agent.
Alright, sell for 1,300.
My inventory.
Alright, what do we got in our cases here? It's illegal to hide about having HIV. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, or is it illegal? Is it really illegal? That kind of surprises me. It actually does kind of surprise me that that would be illegal. I feel like that would be considered discrimination in the modern world. Like, because everything in this world is fucking discrimination at this point, so I'm surprised that wouldn't be considered discrimination. Okay, a 6,000 damage assault rifle and a 17,000 damage rifle. Wow, okay, yeah. We'll take that all day long. And a better assault rifle. Okay. We'll take both of those all day long. I have all these mods that I'm never actually going to use. Because the game doesn't really make it clear how to use them.
Are you looking to make a deal?
I feel like in this country, the whole HIV thing, I feel like that would just be... I feel like they'd get mad at you for discriminating or something, because that's how the world tends to work these days. 3 missions for the DLC sucked. They were really quickly done. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how the death camps make sense either. Because, again, the enemies in this franchise, like, the outcasts at least, they were mad about the idea of basically being locked in death camps, being told to get better or die. And they were effectively concentration camps. That's the whole lore behind it. So I can definitely understand why they might be at least a little bit angry about that. Now, why they wouldn't have more violently resisted, I don't know. Because I feel like most of us would much more violently resist than what they did. Because I wouldn't let myself be taken away to put in a death camp. I'd either die in my house or stop anyone from attacking me. Be one or the other. I don't know which one, but one or the other would happen. I mean, I don't necessarily consider myself that healthy of a person, but definitely healthier than a lot of people out there. I got through COVID twice with no effects from it because I take about 5 million vitamins and exercise and all that good stuff. Bunch of commendations that mean nothing to me. Alright, though.
We've got 2 goals here. One is to kick the True Sons out of their castle, just as President Els put it. But more important than that, we need to get back his briefcase, which has to be somewhere in that building.
This is the final story mission. This is actually the final story mission. Excitement! This is it. This is the final story mission. Right here. That's pretty exciting. We're at the end of the main story here. Very exciting. I'm not wrong, the world is backwards nowadays. Yep. We'll treat something you can get randomly as a crime. Yeah. Pretty much. Because anyone can get COVID at any point. Back when that was the big threat. Just by existing, you could get it. Apparently, they claimed it was in the water and that pets could get it and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go pee real quick, though, because we are off to the final main story mission, I believe. Well, wait a minute. That says 26 out of 33. There are not 7 more story missions after this. Wait, hold on a minute. All that's left is the Capitol building. What could possibly be left after this? There's no other story trophies. I don't know. But I'm going to pee real quick and I'll be back in like 2 minutes. And we're going to finish this main story tonight.
Incoming backup request.
Alright, I'm back. I definitely had to pee quite badly. Everything is copyrighted now. Delete everything. Everything is discrimination. Cancel everything. Everything is offensive. Remove it. Etc. Yeah, pretty much. No one in the world can take a joke or anything anymore. That's that's for sure. Alright, guys. I feel like this is the last story mission. I wonder if those other story missions are from the DLC, though. Because this looks like a pretty definitive final story mission. This looks pretty definitive as a final story mission. Not gonna lie. Okay, so our goal here is to get something for the president. It's a briefcase. And from what I understand of the story, this briefcase has a cure for all viruses to exist. Which is not something that's ever going to exist in the real world because viruses are not living nor dead, therefore they can't be destroyed. I'm pretty sure. For anyone who's curious, viruses are not living nor dead. They can't be killed. At least not in the same way as other things out there. So, yeah. There's your science lesson for today, if anyone cares. That's your science lesson. Yeah, this is presumably our final battle here in this game, so... I don't understand what else could happen unless... I could see a few more story missions happening. Maybe if there's some massive attack by the remaining forces on the White House or something. That's the only thing I could see being a possibility, though. Because once these guys go down, that should be the last of the major organized resistance. And God, that killed me pretty quickly. Oh, you're back too? Perfectly timed. I just got back from the bathroom. Come on, guys. You're on the top of the 13th. Oh, you have no outs. That's not good. 2 on base, no outs. Yeah, we're going to lose that game. Oh, boy. Well, there goes the end of that seemingly miraculous season.
Got a lot of hostiles ahead. But it looks like the smoke's working. The autocannon seems to be firing blind.
Yeah, but it's still hitting us. It's not doing that much. Okay, this time, we're going to play it a little more carefully. And hope the cannon doesn't kill me. Oh, never mind. It knew exactly where I was. So I'd love to know who considers it to be firing blindly, because it's certainly not.
Hostile reinforcements converging on your position.
Okay, I need to get into a bunker here. Because then I'll be safe from the giant explosions. Yeah, this bunker should be fairly safe. So we'll hide out here to do our killing from. Everything got canceled and went back to where it came from. You could wave all technology goodbye, 9% of food, etc. Yeah. I mean, yeah. True. Say goodbye to all anime and manga and filmmaking, yeah. Pretty much everything. Ooh, so we're gonna have several big guys here. So we still have a few hits left before I have to heal. Okay, yep, heal now. We're fairly safe in here, though. Now let's try to advance a bit. Oh, is he prone? Yes, he was. That's okay. Get the armor. Alright, we're doing good. What's the hardest platinum I've done that was... Or the hardest speed run required for platinum? That's a good question. Because most of the time, speed runs have some kind of exploit or something available. Okay, waste more armor. Like with Uncharted 4, there was an exploit to it. Not a lot of games I do have speedrun trophies, though, purely because they stress me out too much. I remember there was a game called Goro Goa. It was a PS4 just downloaded title. That one had a pretty brutal speedrun. Because with that one, you had to beat the game in a pretty short period of time, and that game had very little, like, freedom to it, or extra time to it. Remember that one? I'm sure it was a puzzle game of some kind, though. You know what you missed? You missed the time where countries had their own clothes, architecture, food, etc., and now everything is literally the same everywhere. I don't know about everywhere. Ooh, that's a lot of enemies. Well, let's pop a turret up. Uncharted 4 had a decent speedrun trophy, but 6 hours was really reasonable. Uncharted 2's DLC speedrun was a lot harder. Because Uncharted 2, I remember, its speed run came down pretty much to the wire. Yeah, I can't really think of a good speedrun trophy that gave me a lot of trouble. Because usually I avoid games that have speedrun trophies, because they're not something I want to deal with anymore. They're just stressful, they're annoying, they can be very difficult in some games. I know GTA 4, of all games, has a speedrun trophy. If anyone was curious, yeah. Come on! Yeah, GTA 4 has a speedrun trophy. Okay, good. It put me back here. I was worried it was going to put me back at the start. Okay, this is fine. Yeah, GTA 4 has a speedrun trophy. It's like you have to finish the whole main story in a fairly short period of time, from what I remember. I'd love to know how they have this infinite ammo that they seem to have. Because that's not a thing that's going to exist in this world. If only more games were realistic about things like ammo reservations. You're not going to have infinite ammo for your high-powered anti-air or anti-human gun. Quite simply put, you're not going to have infinite ammo for it. That's a grenade. Alright. A couple guys left up here. Thankfully we got the checkpoint here, so it was okay. I was worried we weren't getting one, so I was freaked out for nothing.
Then it's time to get in there and finish this.
Progress is going along, though. Uncharted 4 was the only game you platinumed that as a speedrun trophy. I mean, it's not the only one I've done. It's the one I can think of the most easily because it was there and I remember it being there, but it wasn't overly difficult. What the heck are we doing here? So their cannon is using a giant, like, 100-gallon drum of gasoline as its ammo storage? This is a really weird design, because that is a long barrel. So they effectively made a minigun that's just gigantic. But I don't think you can scale that design up that easily. The minigun, it's not a simple design, you know? Okay, I glitched through the floor. Oh, no I didn't. Okay, I just fell off a solar panel. Okay, I thought for a second I glitched through the floor. But yeah, I don't think you can scale up the minigun's design that easily. It's an electrically powered firearm. It's not an easy weapon to make.
Sir, proximity charges just detonated in the rotunda. They're inside. Move to intercept.
Well, you know the bad guys in the game, so you know you're gonna lose, so just be nice about it. Let my things recharge real quick. Also, when you plan that required more than 2 playthroughs. I've done plenty of games that required many playthroughs. All the Resident Evil games require, you know, 5 or 6 playthroughs at this point.
Electronic signature detected.
That's the RFID code we're looking for. The briefcase must be close. Copy that, Kelso?
Is that an EMP grenade going off? Yes, it is. Okay, so I can't use my defensive systems here. So we gotta actually fight them gun to gun. Makes sense that they would have that. But then again, if those EMPs are going off, then how are their televisions working? That's a very good question. How exactly are their televisions working if they're EMPing all the technology? That's not how EMPs work, developers. They short out all technology within range of it. They don't leave friendly technology alive while enemy technology goes down. That's not how they work. Unless you can specifically key them in to affect only specific, like, IP addresses or something, maybe. I don't think that's the thing that actually exists. I don't think that's the thing that will exist. Well, actually, how technology advances, I could see that being a possibility, but regardless, very silly. And got him. Let's get rid of his turret before it goes off on me.
Understood. They'll need to
Alright, so we got rid of the shorting out thing. Reload our guns. Run to the left. Is that door available? It is not. Is that door available? No, it is not. Okay, what door would you like me to go through? Oh, you want me to hack this. Never mind. Oh, that's the briefcase. Oh, okay. Want to hear a wise story you just read from Facebook? Okay, yeah, go for it. Turrets up. Both turrets up. So yeah, let the turrets deal with some of the upper enemies. I'll deal with the lower enemies. Alright, this is going fairly well. But I assume there's going to be like at least 3 boss-type enemies here. Because this is the final mission, so I assume it's going to be difficult. And it's already been a little bit more problematic than I was expecting, to be honest. I think that was more due to the game not doing what it was supposed to. Speaking of multiple playthroughs, which game have I platinum that required the most playthroughs? Probably the Resident Evil games, because Resident Evil 4 required 6 playthroughs. I think Resident Evil 1 required 6 playthroughs. Resident Evil games tend to require a lot of playthroughs, even if they're not necessarily... They're not long playthroughs, usually. Many of them can be done in like 3 to 4 hours, so they're not super long playthroughs. Dead Rising 2 is also up there. I played through that game at least like 4 times going for it. Just with different playthroughs going for different trophies. Because like you have to get every single combo card. You have to get every single piece of clothing, every single weapon, every single gift for Katie. So it has a lot of stuff like that that you have to do. So Resident Evil isn't the only franchise that has them, but it's the one that I think of the most with it. So my question is, why wouldn't the True Sons have built very specific defensive systems that would have worked better? All you had to do was build up a giant wall of randomly constructed materials in each hallway and hide behind it. That's all you had to do, was just build up a giant wall of defense of even plywood. Well, maybe not plywood, but anything you could find in the Capitol building. I'm sure the Capitol building has plenty of junk in it that you could have built with. Just find all that junk, put it up in a giant wall with one tiny hole to peek through that's just the size of a gun barrel. Maybe a few holes like that are just the size of gun barrels. And just mount machine guns through those holes. And there's no way you would have lost, because nothing could have gone past them. Especially if those walls were made out of metal. Like thicker metal, you're not going to be able to shoot through it. Alright, a man got himself a fat sheep and began preparing it for a big banquet. And he asked his young brother to go invite their friends and family. The kid went outside and wailed, "Fire, fire!" All the people who arrived and ate were strangers, so then the big brother asked about it. The younger brother told him, "Those are ready to save our lives. Had our friends and family arrived, they'd eat." Basically, their friends and family ignored the fire, and the strangers arrived to help out and enjoy the banquet instead. So, pick the right people wisely. Picking the right people wisely is definitely a good statement. So, like, did the friends and family just die in a fire? Is that what I'm getting from this? Is that what I read through that? Different planets were only once for 2 playthroughs. Yeah, I mean, many playthrough games can get kind of annoying. They can get just very boring. I don't think they're all bad. Again, I mean, I love the Resident Evil franchise, but most Resident Evil games require a lot of playthroughs. It's like Resident Evil 1 requires like 6 playthroughs. Resident Evil 2 requires like 6 playthroughs. Resident Evil 3 requires like 4 playthroughs. Resident Evil 4 can be done in like 4 playthroughs, but most people are going to take 5 or 6. Resident Evil 5 only takes 2 to 3. 6 only takes 2 playthroughs, I think. 7, I think, can be done in 2 playthroughs. Village can be done in like 2 to 3 playthroughs, I believe. Operation Raccoon City took multiple playthroughs, like 2 to 3 playthroughs. But we don't want to talk about that because that game was an absolute miserable nightmare of an experience. Damn, just think if you had a Division agent in the Capitol on January 6th instead of Pelosi's film crew and film that she made out of it. Because if it was an actual insurrection, if actual conservatives were there on January 6th and actually wanted to overthrow the government in the Capitol on January 6th, they would have done so. They would have done so relatively easily. Because they would have at least had one gun between the hundreds of them that were there. Because not a single gun was in the Capitol on January 6th. There was no insurrection, and I'm sorry if you still think there was. There was not. Compared to when a certain other group of people tried to break into the White House and kill Trump in 2020 during the George Floyd riots, that actually could have been considered an insurrection. But we're not going to talk about that. I'm not drunk enough to talk about all that. The only time you need another playthrough on a game that has a playthrough would be a game that has a missable trophy. Okay, yeah. You got another ad? Oof. Maybe I won't continue doing that. If people get pissed off about it, I won't keep doing it. I don't feel like it's that disruptive every half an hour, but it seems like I've had a couple people get disrupted by it, so I mean, it's not like I'm doing this as a career or anything. I love how you can only climb up where the yellow blanket is, which is kind of funny. I don't think... Actually, no, this is fairly accurate to the House chamber, because you have all these seats up here for, like, pretty much only the State of the Union address. It's about the only time you're going to see all that filled. It is pick who you value with your loyalty wisely. Not everyone is prepared to throw their lives to save yours. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. Which Resident Evil games am I missing? From the numbered main series... from the numbered main series, I would say 0 I haven't done. Still got to do Resident Evil 0. And still got to do both versions of Resident Evil Village. Still got to do the PS5 version of 7 if I decide to do it. The PS4 version of 6 if I decide to do it. And the PS4 version of 4's remake. Are you using Adblock? Yeah, I mean, I use Adblock too. Yeah, but 5:33 in the morning, that's early. Or late. I haven't been up at that time of day in a long, long time. So I don't blame you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Glad to see you. Oh, you got finals coming up? Oof. I remember those days. I'm glad to be done with school. Finals are a very stressful time of life because they account for way too much of your grade. Like, in some ways, I understand finals counting for like 50% of your grade. Because it means you don't have as many assignments you actually have to do during the year as long as you learn the material. But at the same time, it leaves you basically zero margin of error if you do manage to screw up. And there were definitely years where I focused on certain finals more than others because I had to. Because certain ones required more effort, more skill, more time, and all that stuff. And I would look up those websites where you could actually look up, like, what grade you needed to pass your class. Because all that matters in college is passing your classes. It doesn't matter what your actual grade is as long as you pass. D's get degrees is a phrase for a reason. So I would always look up what the minimum grade I could get was, so I knew which classes I could prioritize, or had to prioritize, versus which ones I couldn't. And there were times where even if I skipped the final exam, I would still pass the class, which was always hilarious. Is it's like, you could pass the class and you'd still have a 60-something, which was a D, but it was still, you would pass. And other times I had to pass the final to get a decent grade. I mean, I never got... All but 2 of my classes, I got A's and B's. I only got C's twice. One of them was a bullshit chemistry class that I had to take that was miserable, and that I actually probably would have gotten a D in had I not had a good lab group that got a really good grade in the lab portion, because I sucked at the lab portion and the class portion. But I actually did reasonably well in the final, because I actually got a passing grade on the final, which is what allowed me to get through it. And the other one was a completely bullshit finance class I had to take from a minor that every single person at Clemson usually tends to do badly in. Like, very, very few people who take that class actually do well in it.
Set up a flare so we can get that briefcase somewhere safe.
Yeah, very few people who take that finance class actually do it well. But of course, it grades on a curve, and there had to be one asshole in the class that was, I guess, a savant type of person that was always, like, a super high grade on every assignment. So, there's a very real possibility that I would have gotten, like, a B in the class had it actually been graded on a curve properly. But no, there had to be one asshole that was absolutely perfect at their studies that screwed us all over. So yeah, if you're the kind of person that is in that kind of a class and screws the entire class over, go fuck yourself. You're gonna be an incel. You probably look like Tammy Sladen, but as a man. Or as Tammy, or maybe you are Tammy Sladen, I don't know. Now y'all two are getting into an argument or discussion. I don't know of any time you trolled each other. But I could have missed it, or I could have been very drunk when it happened, so that's entirely a possibility. Open the gate. Okay, how much more is there to this mission? Oh crap, we're down by a run. Yeah, we lost. There's no way we're winning that. Not without a massive amount of luck. Oh, there goes our baseball season, our miracle baseball season. So I have nothing to watch until the fall, and I'm not even sure I want to watch this in the fall, because I feel like we're just going to lose again. Because Dabo's shown that he doesn't care about winning anymore. He cares about sportsmanship and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's great if you're trying to develop people, but people want to watch you because we want to win fucking games. We've been bad for the last 2 years after years of greatness. We've been so bad the last 2 years. I mean, I know that DJ Buttholio isn't on the team anymore, which is good, but still. Or Bungholio, or Uwe Bungholiole, whatever you want to call him. I just hate continuing to cheer for teams that constantly lose, because I had to cheer for NC State for most of my life. And they always lose. That's where the NCS fan in my name comes from. And they always lose. So having to cheer for them was not a fun time. And I thought Clemson was different, but no, now they just lose, like everyone else. They're probably never going to win a championship again. They're probably never going to make the playoffs again. Unless they make some very different changes. Because they have to actually be willing to do things like use the transfer portal, but Otto's unwilling to do so. Which pisses me off. Like, why wouldn't you use it when you know that it's going to make a difference? I don't care about you wanting to develop players to be better people. I want to win games. Why are we not able to get out of the fire? This grid symbol on here is annoying. This actually does remind me a bit of the final mission from The Division 1. It's like the UN headquarters, they have to shoot down a helicopter. It kind of reminds me of that, sort of, at this point. Also, I know that we're collecting like a cure for the virus here. Wasn't that the whole story of the final few missions of the First Division? That what they were getting was going to be reverse engineered into a cure? Wasn't that the exact story of the First Division? Am I wrong on that? I feel like that was the exact story of the First Division. I mean, I know that you needed a new story here, but I think you could have done other things. And we're doing good here. We're almost done. Okay, yeah. That objective's done.
Knock out the other one.
Knock out the turret.
Evading.
AA-12 is fun as all hell to use. It's not the most practical weapon, but it is really fun to use. Heal, 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 heal. Okay, we're good. Two enemies. There we go. Loving the AA-12 there, just murdering everything. Incels is a word, you take it as an insult. I mean, I won't, but I know plenty of people that are that way. Or have known them in the past. Okay, bottom of the 14th. We're up, but we already have an out, so we're probably screwed. Yep, already got an out. Wonderful. They ain't gonna win this game. They got no chance. Without a miracle. I've learned that miracles don't occur in sports anymore. I mean, we had one in 2016, in January of 2016, when we won the national championship, but that's about the last time I saw it happen. I doubt it will ever happen again, because that was a once-in-a-lifetime thing that happened. We're pretty close here. Just throw some grenades. They're not going to hurt anything. Alright, now we just got to secure the area. I'm sure there's another objective. I'm sure there's another boss fight. It's not going to be this easy. There's going to be a boss fight or something.
No
I know this game well enough to know that there's like, yep. Gotta wait for a helicopter arrival. There's gonna be a boss fight. And it's a no respawn zone, so it's to be expected. Where's the helicopter gonna arrive at, though? I want to get near it. Oh, so we're gonna extract the briefcase, but we don't get out of here. Right, that makes sense. That actually does make sense based on this game. The briefcase matters more than we do.
We have the briefcase. Taking fire. We're out of here. We've got a whole bunch of hostiles headed to you.
Let's not argue here, guys. Let's just try to have fun. And insult bad video games and insult stupid things in the world. Let's not argue. I don't like argument. I don't like fighting. It just stresses me the hell out. I have enough of that through work already. What is that thing even shooting at? No, seriously, what are you shooting at? That was an RPG. So we gotta kill everything here. We got 3 armor kits, 2 armor kits left. General Admiral Ridgway. What kind of name is that? Oh, that's Antoine. Okay. Well, that said General Admiral. General and Admiral are 2 different branches of the military, sir. Someone's got a drone out. Okay, that hurt. Okay, heal up. We're alright. We're good. Yeah, this mission's gonna be tough on the hardest difficulty. This mission is definitely not gonna be easy on the hardest difficulty.
The briefcase is secure. True Sons lost their stronghold. And General Ridgway has been neutralized.
Yeah, but clearly there's still enemies here. Or there's still people in this faction that exist.
Because of him. Some even went over to his side. Set up a flare from the front steps to signal the all clear. And come on home. Let's celebrate.
Well, clearly this isn't the end of the game because there's still several story missions remaining, so clearly we're not done with the story here. We're going to launch it out of the central of the Capitol building. Okay, no, we're not. I was about to say, you're really going to launch it out of here? You're going to launch it out the back of the Capitol building. Okay. Oh, you consider this the... Okay, yeah, I guess this is the front at this point. There we go. State of the Union. Advancing World Tier, World 1. World Tier comes with stronger enemies, better rewards, new content and services. Maybe that is the end. That might actually be the end. That seems to be it, actually. Okay, so that might actually be it. And that surprises me a bit, but okay then. Alrighty. Was that actually it? Because that's all the story trophies, so there's no other story trophies. Everything else is DLC and such, so I just gotta beat all the missions on hard at this point. There's a lot of them, but still. Oh. What now? Alright, see you later, Invisible. Thanks for stopping by. So what are we getting now? Yep, we lost. Good job, guys. You blew your chance. Good job. It's another year squandered in Clemson sports. So we can't do anything anymore. We haven't done anything since 2018. Well, that's the Lincoln Memorial. Did I finish the DLC for Far Cry 6? Not yet. Not even close. It's going to take another week to finish. Because I still haven't touched 3 out of 4 DLCs. Ugh. Yeah, I still got 3 more to do entirely, plus part of the boss DLC isn't done yet. Okay, I think that was thunder I just heard through my headset.
Agent, I got specializations available if you want to check them out.
Who the hell is attacking us?
Their markings match a government security contractor called Black Tusk.
That's fucking ominous. Where's Ellis?
Missing. No sign of a struggle.
We need to get to the cure.
I'll mark the location. Don't be reckless.
What's going on now?
When you can. I'll be standing by at the site.
Okay, I'm confused. Oh, okay. Well, now things are a mess. What? Okay. What does any of this actually mean? Yeah, I'm confused now. I am very confused. Okay, that dark zone is fine. Well, now I'm very confused. What does any of this even mean? Oh, we got a specialization now.
Distress call from New York. There's been an
Black
attack
Tusk
on the
forces have
division.
taken
They're
over key
requesting immediate
locations and
support.
strongholds all over
Meet me on the
DC.
White House South Lawn.
Defeat them to
There's a
unlock the
helicopter parked
strongholds
for
and
us.
defeat stronger.
We need to leave now.
But I don't want more tiers. I want to be done. Why would I want that? That's just extra work. But I get a specialization now. So that's cool. Oh. Okay. I don't know what I won't. Let's take Gunner. Why not? Oh, wait a minute. So that's how I get these weapons. Okay. I don't know how any of this works. Okay, well, I'm officially very confused. Speak to the quartermaster at the White House, complete field research assignments, turn additional rewards.
Howdy.
Okay. So several items have more levels I can upgrade in specializations. Okay. I am super confused on this. Yeah, I have no idea how any of this actually works. All specializations have a signature weapon. They're very powerful. So that's like the crossbow and stuff. So that's the stuff I know I need to do. Whoa, okay. That is a lot of new stuff. Okay, this just got a lot more complicated. This just got way more complicated. Yeah, I have no idea what any of this is. Wow, this is a lot of stuff to do. Alright, well, I'm going to have to look into this because I have no idea what's going on anymore. Talk to the quartermaster. I did pick a specialization, didn't I? Guess not. Okay. Bank headquarters, what? Oh, okay. So I can only do one at a time, okay. Yeah, I am very confused at this point.
Electronic device detected.
Yeah, this is pretty confusing.
Back up.
Oh, new side mission.
I've got a visual on some True Sons at Rayburn House. I saw activity.
True Sons? Seems like we have a whole nother enemy going here. Even though I have no clue how this is all supposed to work, so... I don't even know anymore. Basically, it looks like everything changed. So, guys... I'm so confused right now. I'm intoxicated enough that I have no idea what's going on in this game anymore. So, I'm going to call the night here. Because I legitimately have no idea what's going on in this game anymore. So, that's going to be it for tonight. I'm going to see you guys back here next week. I don't know what I'm going to do in terms of, like, streams and stuff next week. I definitely want to do the Modern Warfare games, but that's going to require me to free up some space in my console. So we'll have to see. So I don't know what next week's going to look like in streams and stuff. So we'll have to see. But thank you guys for being here. This stream was pretty good. This had a lot of views, a lot of success overall and everything. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back here sometime next week for more stuff to be happening as I try to figure out what the hell is going on in this game anymore. I don't even know anymore. So yeah, see you guys then.